What's going on, guys? Hey, we're going to be heading to Oregon, the Oregon coast, and we wanted to record this so that you guys can enjoy it and hopefully get some ideas of where to go and what to do. So yeah, we're taking off today. We're going to be making about 5 stops total in this trip, and we'll try to record everything along the way. We're on 93 right now, about to cross the Snake River, the one that makes Shoshone Falls. So here we are, Shoshone Falls. Well, good morning. Today is day 2 of our Oregon adventure. Even though we're still in Idaho, we're actually still really close to Shoshone Falls. Pretty sure you pronounce it Shoshone, but yeah, we'll let you guys decide that. Our plans today are to go to the visitor center here, which is right over that way, and we'll essentially be going through this really cool bridge, going over this really cool bridge that just goes over this massive canyon. If you haven't been to this area before, I highly recommend that you do come out here. The falls are definitely worth it, and they're a lot better in person. As of the time of this filming, I'm pretty sure that they actually are sending more water downstream than they normally would. But yeah, so maybe when you come, it won't be as amazing, but it'll still be worth it. Again, plans are to go to the visitor center today, and today we're going to be traveling on our way to Boise, and then from Boise we're going to go and stop at our midway point before Crater Lake, and yeah, we'll document some of that as well. I'll catch you guys on the next one. What would I say about this campground? Well, it is good, but it's good to spend the night in. I was planning to go swimming, use a paddleboard and stuff like that, but at this time it seems to have some kind of a algal bloom or something going, and so yeah, I'm not going to get into that water. But we like to share. We like to go to different places. We started a channel, Boondocking Adventures, with the intent that we could document our experiences for these little guys primarily, so that when the time comes, when they get older, they can go on YouTube and just kind of see the adventures that we took, and it's saved in a format that they can go back to time and time again. We're going to be just had dinner. We're waiting for our other family members to show up. They are coming probably about 30 minutes from here, roughly. They're going to be here with us, and then tomorrow morning we head over, probably right after breakfast, to the Diamond Lake area near Crater Lake National Park. So that will be fun. We are intending, like, this is all new to us. We haven't been to this part of the country before, and so yeah, we are exploring. It's what we like to do, and I'm just glad we get to do it with as a family.
Good morning on our day 3 adventure to Oregon, California, Nevada. This is actually, it's been very surprising for us. The place where we stayed here last night was actually very nice. Temperature got really nice. But just like the reviews said, take a look at this thing. Bugs everywhere. It's a very peaceful place, but man, there's bugs everywhere. Last night our lamp, this lamp right here, got overwhelmed with bugs. But yeah, take a look at this. I don't know if you can see all those bugs. There's bugs everywhere. Mosquitoes, probably not too many, but I'm trying to talk a little quiet because I think they're still sleeping. A lot of them are still sleeping in there. There's a mosquito right there. I mean, look at that. Getting cereal today. Yeah, we're gonna have cereal today. Get ready, wrap things up around here, and then head over to the Diamond Lake area so that we can hit up Crater Lake National Park. So we're really excited about that. And we'll bring you along for the ride, of course. And so I'll see you soon. See how the landscape changes now from sagebrush to heavily forested. Hey, we're at the we're officially in Bend, Oregon, and we're just dumping the tanks right now. Little menial things that you have to do when you travel with a trailer stuff. Right now we are behind this chevron as you come into town. If you're gonna come to this dump to dump your waste, it is $10. Come out here, empty your tanks, and then we're gonna go to Costco. There's a Costco in town, and we're gonna fill up. And then from there we are going to Diamond Lake, which is about 3 miles from the north entrance to the national park, Crater Lake National Park. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun. We're looking forward to it. We've already seen how things started to get greener up this way. So we're excited. We're excited to see the change of scenery. Here's the dump station I'm gonna show you. If you need to pause for any reason, go ahead. But here you go. Okay. Right then, so we have made it to the north entrance of Crater Lake National Park. I'm going to show you what it looks like, and from here we are going to go all the way down to the south entrance, and so we'll show you the lake here shortly. But here, take a look at what it looks like around the north entrance. just made it. Look at this. But the moment you came to see, we're right here. What am I looking at? Am I looking at that view?
Yes. And there's poop in the snow.
Good morning. Excuse my crazy hair. So today we are heading back over to Crater Lake and gonna do some hikes up there. I think we're at 3 of them planned. Of course, we'll bring you along with them. And I want to show you our campsite. I realized that yesterday, kind of forgot to show you that. This is located near the Diamond campground, and it's 3 miles more or less away from the north entrance to the park, but this is where we're camping. So there's our setup over there. There's basically pull-throughs right there. There's a road that goes by there. Sometimes you hear cars from time to time. But there's plenty of places to camp right around here for free. There is a paid campground as well, if you're into that sort of thing. Diamond Lake is right over there. You can kind of see the mountain back there. And it's a beautiful lake full of just random, I don't know, it smelled kind of funny again. All the different lakes we've been going to here in Oregon. See, lots and lots of space. And east is that away, and then west that way. So if you want to get more sunlight for your solar panels, probably better off parking in that area. Okay, we'll take you guys over to the lake, the amazing Crater Lake. So see you in a bit. Okay, so this is one of the trails we're going to visit today. Excited to do that. I'm going to show you what it looks like.
hiking with my son again. Oh, check this view out. A little winded. You try not getting winded pushing a big boy like that. All right, let's keep going. Oh, let's see. Beautiful. Just finished saying, careful, I don't want you to fall. Boom. Fall right there. We're about wrapping up the day for our last day here near at Diamond Lake, near Crater Lake National Park, and we discovered this place on the north side of Diamond Lake. It's a trail, as you can see, but it leads to a nice little secluded beach and amazing extensive views. So if you would like to know how to get here, just go to the gas station at Diamond Lake and make a left as you're heading north and stay on this road. Go check out this view. Hope you enjoy it.
This is how deep I can go, otherwise I will get wet. Wow.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to use this backdrop to say I'll see you guys in the next video. We are going to be heading to the Oregon coast tomorrow, so we'll be there. And yeah, we'll bring you along, of course, depending on the weather. I mean, I think everything will be nice weather-wise and everything. But this will wrap up Crater Lake National Park, which is somewhere over yonder. Okay. And if you do come to this area, visit Diamond Lake, an amazing place. Good morning, guys. Welcome to Boondocking Adventures and another day in our channel. So we made it to the Oregon coast, and we last night were a little tired from driving. On the way here from Crater Lake, it was really interesting to see how there's a lot of beautiful towns and a lot of downhill driving. I've never seen downhill driving as much as from there to here to the Oregon coast.
So yeah, where we are right now, Lagoon Campground, is really close to the beach. So far, we've seen a lot of fog. Did see a seal on the water. Found some sand dollars. And right now we're going to the Sea Lion Caves. And yeah, I'll keep you posted, try to record things throughout the day. And so officially this is our, I guess we'd call it day one. Or would you call it day two? Day one, right? Yeah, since we got here yesterday, I'm thinking day two, right? But day one. Okay. So yeah, we'll show you. Have some videos. My drone's been acting up, so maybe we can or may not be able to get some drone footage. But here's an example of a view right now. Oh, this is beautiful. So, I have not been vlogging because we've seen so many things. But suffice it to say, we've gone north of Florence, past Telecom Beach, Newport, so down that area. And we had some good food. We're leaving tomorrow. We're going to the Redwoods tomorrow. And then, yeah, but look how beautiful this is. It's actually incredible. This is near Coos Bay. And there's a trail here that goes down to the ocean, or a cliff that overlooks the ocean anyway. So anyway, we'll keep you guys posted. Hopefully in the Redwoods I can get back to the regularly scheduled programming of hiking. Anyway. So beautiful. Wow, that tree's massive. Okay, here we got a lookout right here. Look at that. Ooh.
I bet some people climb down here.
Probably. I wouldn't do it. Let's go right. Big fallen tree right there.
Hello guys. You guys ready? Ian, are you ready? We're gonna go fast. Oh, look at this. So fun, right? What's going on, guys? Hey, so we made it to Lassen National Park, and the place is really nice. This campground is the Manzanita Lake Campground. We visited Emerald Lake. We basically went down to many other different places, but we basically went down to sort of the end of the road on the map, and just before you get out of the national park. And then we started making our way up, looking at the different sites. Very curvy, so if you get car sick, you know, it's not gonna be fun. But yeah, very curvy and beautiful. Subway lava caves or lava tubes. Those were really cool as well to just go look at. Make sure you wear some shoes at
The hot tub smells like eggs. What do you think, Ian? You like it?
Yeah.
It's so nice. That's a big cave. Keep holding him. So we ended up staying at a campsite here in Nevada. The one we had originally planned to stay at, Bob Scott Campground, that actually is closed. I don't see the reason why, but it is closed. So we just went about 5 or 6 miles further down the road towards Great Basin National Park, and we were able to find this place. It's BLM. The campsites are not really leveled, except for some. They're kind of leveled, like where we are right now. But the nice thing is that there's petroglyphs here. So after dinner, we're making some dinner right now. And after dinner, I'm gonna go ahead and hit that up. Go check it out. Let me show you what I'm making for dinner here real quick. And it's a nice campsite actually. Take a look. Some chicken! Chicken on the grill. Yeah, baby. Picnic tables. There's bathrooms here. These are pretty much outhouses. They're not like your traditional national parks bathrooms, but they work. We actually emptied the water out of the trailer so that because we wanted to travel light. We always leave a little bit for the bathroom, but I don't think it's enough for the group that we're with. It's just 2 vehicles. It's our family plus my brother-in-law and his family. So yeah, fun times. Yeah, so I'll show you the petroglyphs when we get there. And then from here, so we're gonna spend the night. The idea was to really not spend a whole lot of time driving today. I think we did about 5 or 6 hours. Left California, went through Reno, and then ended up over here. Tomorrow we're going to Ely, Nevada. We got a hotel that we're gonna be staying out over there for a night or so. But ultimately we're going to Great Basin National Park, and then from Great Basin National Park we're heading home. It's only 3.5 hours from there to our home. So epic road trip that we went on. It was fantastic. It's still fantastic. Super grateful for this weather. You know, it was in some places where we were driving today, it was 100 degrees. To the fact that we're able to be here in the 80s, you know, it's great, and we'll take it. So yeah, okay, gotta go. Power is calling, or rather the wife is calling for power. See you guys later. Power coming on. This Powerboost thing is really amazing. Okay, so let's go to Powerboost. Generator mode. There it is. So the trailer now has power. Okay, see you guys in the next video. Alright, some of the petroglyphs are visible here, but unfortunately the ones that are this way have either faded away or were defaced by people. You know, like somebody putting the word high or a triangle here. So yeah, I don't know what in the world people are thinking when they find unique. Oh, there's more in there. There's a ton more in there. They find unique places like this, and then they destroy the artwork. It really takes this thing to a whole new meaning where, you know, look but don't touch. Some of these are, you know, like a cross right here. That one. Well, I think there's a star there. But that looks like a D and an O. I don't know. People are just crazy. So there's a scenic overlook this way, and the trail does eventually, according to the map, apparently loops around that way and it goes back to camp. Looks like the sun wants to come out. So cool, huh? This was a stop that we didn't really plan, but it worked out. This whole trip has been like that. It's been just an amazing, fun experience. We've really enjoyed it. Like, it's been surprise after surprise. Over at our campground at the Redwoods, we ended up getting the best campground. Best camp spot, I should say. But I'm not going to tell you which one that is, so that not everybody tries to get the same one. But suffice it to say, there's one that's really big enough for a trailer, and big enough for sorry, I'm just amazed by the view here. A couple of vehicles. Just nice in general. All right, I'm not gonna go that way because dinner is almost ready. I'm assuming there's more here, but I don't want to go here until, you know, the kids can come over and explore after dinner. Love this place. Love this place. I hope you guys get a chance to come out too and enjoy this.
So yeah, that's the entrance over there. I'm gonna keep going this way. Oh, there's more right here. Look. Somebody etched an A over there. It's really sad. Really, really sad. Oh, those are cool. Whatever they were. Head back now because dinner's calling my name. I didn't know I was going to sing to you. Well, now you know. That's one thing that I do quite often. I always break out in a tune, even if it doesn't make any sense. I think it says something about my state of well-being, how I'm feeling inside. I'm happy. Just bust out in some out of tune melody. Okay, I'm back here on the ground area. It's all empty here. This is literally in the middle of nowhere. Highway 50, which is the loneliest road in America. And boy, is it true. Okay, we go have dinner. I'll catch you guys later. Hi, honey.
Oh, look at that. That's a good picture of Lily. And look, Lily, you're reaching for the sky.
Thank you, Deli.